and welcome to Brunch with Books, the Book Talk Show. This is month of November and we are in the first week of November. So we are starting to celebrate Children's Month because this is when 14th of November is India celebrates Children's Day, and that's why this month is dedicated to children. And we will all discuss about children's book today. And many of us have written children's books, so we will tell a lot more insights from our book. So stay tuned and be with us and enjoy this month of November with us, where we come up with lots of adventures, mysteries, and classic stories from the books. Over to you, Dr. Geeta. Let us know what is in for us today.
Hi everyone. Today I'm not bringing you a recent bestseller or classics you find in every bookstore. I'm bringing you my most cherished treasures, books that are more than 100 years old. Books, those that hold my childhood and long before that, my mother's. Childhood memories have strange magic, don't you think? They stay in our hearts long after toys close and even places fade. For me, those memories are bound in fragile old soft covers. So these are the Blackies supplemental readers for infants and juniors. So these books traveled oceans before it reached me. It was my mother's, and she was just 5 years old when she left East Africa for India. And she didn't have suitcases full of possessions, but she had these books as her, cherished companions because these were her favorite story companions. And as you can see here, you have, the little Jack Sprat. So these were the stories I remember as a child. I used to ask my mom every night, every afternoon, nap time, on every moment I needed comfort, I would ask her. And I remember how I would snuggle close to her, my eyes wide, listening as she brought talking animals and brave little children to life. So her voice was soft and warm. And sometimes she would make funny expressions, and sometimes she would whisper dramatically, and I would giggle into my pillow. These are the really beautiful memories for me. Even today, when I flip these delicate pages, I can hear her voice. I can feel her presence. And these books have scratched edges and yellowed papers, but to me, they are perfect because it is not just book; it is love wrapped in paper. So these century-old, readers taught me more than words. It taught me that the greatest happiness often comes from the simplest things. Stories are the first bridges between the parent and a child, and memories are the most precious heirlooms we can pass on. Every time I look at these books, I'm reminded of my mother's affection, of a little girl's adventure from Africa to India, and of my own joyful story-filled childhood. So we often think we need new things to feel joy. But sometimes the real treasures are the ones that travel through time, carrying history, emotion, and love. So these are my favorite books in the entire world. So not because they are what is written inside, but because who read it to me. So, if you have a childhood book, a toy, or a memory that still warms your heart, share it with someone today. So let these stories come alive and cherish those people who listen to you because they shaped you. So, what is your favorite book or book memory related to childhood that you can recall? Siddharth, please share.
Wow, that made me nostalgic, Dr. Geeta. I could remember like when I was a child, I used to, pull over my blanket and in the torchlight, I used to read these books, rafting through Twain's Mississippi River, like the wild Tom Sawyer. I love Tom Sawyer. And his friend, Huckleberry Finn, mischiefs he used to do. Dickens' Oliver Twist, Great Expectation, or rattling through those clever clues, reading Sherlock Holmes. All these stories lit a fire in me, the thrill of discovery, the rush of mystery, the heart of bravery against all the odds. And that actually was maybe giving birth to the author in me. And I was writing these small poems and short stories about adventure and short uh, activities and mischiefs which I got into as a child. And later, when I was writing, maybe all these characters were in my writing. Though the main protagonist was mostly like me, but that person had a protagonist had a the kind of cleverness of Sherlock Holmes, uh, the innocence of Tom Sawyer, the mischief of Huckleberry, all that combined. So when I wrote my first debut novels, Adventure Sammy, Adventure Sammy when I was writing, I had this thought about putting a character who is part of a big family. I never knew at that point of time, which I later realized that even Mark Twain was the sixth son of his family, and Sammy also is the sixth son of the seven brothers he has in chaotic family of 10, which includes a pampered cat. His dad, a French restaurant and his mom is a Malayali teacher. They come from a very beautiful place where the name of the village is Jimli. There is a river which is like Mishti. Mishti means sweet in Bengali, and this was my imagination of that Mississippi River of adventures of Tom Sawyer. Sammy, though he was the sixth boy in the family, he didn't get love from anybody. That made him more carefree, more careless, and he was always gate crashing into adventures. So that is how the Sammy character is, and Sammy also is somebody who is looking for a great bond, and that is where his bond with the gift he thinks about getting for Julie, his sister, on her birthday, is that dog which he accidentally finds. The, the name of the dog is Belly, and there are some memories of this kind of a dog from my childhood as well, and those all are combined when I was writing some. Unfortunately, he gets into the situation where the floodgates open and he's swept away, and then he wakes up in a deadly jungle. I want to not talk about what he experiences there because that is the story all about. But then there is something very interesting, the story resembles in such a way to all the different movies, children movies I have seen in my childhood, and I'm bringing some characters from there too. So maybe a work for my readers and audience here would be, kind of connecting the characters to the story characters from the famous classics you have read, or any children books or children movies you have seen, and you can connect there. And that would be a task for the children who are listening to me today. Uh, Tammy, on the other hand, uh, is like nervous a lot many times, but then he is also brave, and this bravery comes from not his, the first instinct, because that's like this careless boy who is always trying to, get away from all the kind of troubles. But it comes from the angle of his love to explore and his innocence to accept someone just like them. So that's where his connection with the mystical characters which are there in the book, Adventure Sammy. There are some, ferocious animals which he befriends, and that all, jumbles up to this particular point that though he is not loved very much by his own family, but he is loved by the people or the characters he meets in his journey during his journey to save himself from uh, some terrifying people, the tribals which he meets during his journey. And while he does all this, he also saves his sister, and that how he does that, you will have to read the book for that. But there is a lot of stories being told that he has kidnapped his sister, and he even doesn't know how he gets into that kind of the claim or the abuse. But then there are some level of miscommunication and myths which he breaks while he gets back to his family at the end of the story. So, for kids outgrowing fairy tales but craving thrills, this is the book where the mysteries are sharper than Sherlock Holmes, I would say. Some of the twists are really tricky. You will not come to know until you read the full book, and the adventures are wilder than Tom's. Tom's one of the wildest uh, adventure I remember is that witnessing the murder, and how they actually take a oath that they will not reveal it, but then at some point of time they feel that they should. So yes, if you have read Tom Sawyer, you have read Huckleberry Finn, you have read Charles Dickens novels, Sherlock Holmes, then you will love this book as well. It is a true thriller, mystery adventure novel of a 14-year boy, Sami, and it is going to be interesting for you to read and enjoy it. Yeah, with that, I will hand over to Shitapa and let her talk about her story. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Bye bye.
Hello, everyone. I'm talking about a children's book filled with adventure and mysteries. The name of the book is Tales of Aryan, The Mysteries of Etheria. It is written by me and launched this year, February 2025. The book, it's a book series which has, this is the first book in the series, and it is inspired by five elements of nature: air, water, space, earth, fire. And in this book, Aryan finds himself hidden in a cloud village. And that village, we call it as Etheria in the book. It's a breathtaking, fantastic place where everything is made up of cloud: a cloud bed, cloud house materials, and cloud kitchen, a beautiful, magical garden, and lot of things, even mysterious creatures roaming everywhere. The story takes this to a place where there is pure joy, no pollution, and complete harmony with nature. So it's about a place where Aryan learns how to confront his fears, his inner fears, which are real demons within us. And once we discover our true powers, we become so strong to restore the balance in our lives. So, this is a small magical world where every child will learn to fight their fears. And Tales of Aryan teaches us to spread love, kindness among human and all living beings. So, it is an environment friendly book which has a vision uh, to make this world a very safe and happy and healthy place, not for humans, but for everyone around, including nature and animals. And together, we create this together. The story is a very amazing fantasy land where you will not like to come back from that land. It's so thrilling. And it is also emphasizing on the healthy living, inspiring education system it has. You must read the book to find what all good things is there in the book. So don't miss those strange creatures which Aryan encounters and the danger that lurk deep within the woods. So go read the book Tales of Aryan, The Mysteries of Etheria, and you will see and meet Elmo, Aryan's friend. Yes, how he met him? Read the book, you will find he was there in that book, somewhere either between the cloud and the woods. Go figure out. Thank you.
Have you ever wished you could keep a happy moment? Not in a photo, not on your phone, inside a tiny jar that glows whenever you remember something beautiful. A little boy named Ravi once tried to do that, but what started as a game turned into a mystery because one night his memories disappeared, and that's when the magic began. Ravi was 8, quiet, curious, inquisitive child, always asking strange questions. One day he asked his grandma, Daddy, where do our memories go when we forget them? She smiled and answered, For people who needs them, who's looking for them. And that answer stayed with him. So one evening it was raining, the kind of rain that makes stories come alive. Ravi saw a single firefly at his window, blinking like a heartbeat. He whispered, "Can I keep a bit of your light?" The firefly blinked once, then vanished into the dark. Ravi thought for a long time, then ran to his desk. He found an old glass jar, cleaned it carefully, and wrote with his pen, "My memory, my memory jar." The next morning, he tore small bits of paper and wrote, "I helped Grandma find her glasses. Mama's laughter sounded like chimes today. I saw a rainbow hiding behind a school bus." Every evening he added another until the jar began to fill. He even placed a tiny battery light inside so that every memory glowed. It looked like a piece of the sky had moved into his room. And soon something strange began to happen. Whenever Ravi felt scared or sad, the jar would flicker as if it knew how to comfort him. Then came black night. Ravi woke up with a strange sound. Tick, tick, tick. The light inside the jar flickered wildly. He reached for it, but the jar felt warm, almost alive. He whispered, "What's wrong?" The light blinked twice and went out. When he woke in the morning, the jar was warm. It seemed as if the jar had simply walked away because he couldn't find it anywhere, not inside his cupboards, not under his bed. He even looked into the fridge. It wasn't there. And for the first time, Ravi felt truly alone. He sat by the window whispering, "Why do good things always go away?" And then through the silence, he heard a tiny voice, maybe in his mind, say, "Because you're ready to find them inside you." That day, Ravi followed the places he'd written about in his notes to Grandma's room, where her glasses now sat safely on the bed, to the lane behind the school bus stop, and there was a new rainbow there, shimmering in a puddle. And everywhere he went, he felt a flicker, a warmth in his heart, like the jar was whispering through the world. And then he understood. The jar hadn't really gone anywhere. It had just melted into everything he loved, the laughter, the kindness, the light. It was all here. That evening, Ravi found the old jar on the table again, dusty but glowing faintly. He smiled and wrote one last line. "I found what can never be lost." And below he added, "Because the light was never in the jar, it was in me." So if you lose something precious, remember Ravi's story. Memories don't live in jars, they live in hearts. I'm Sujata, and this story, My Memory Jar, is a gift to every child who believes that magic isn't found, it's felt. Thank you.
Hello, friends. Today we are stepping deep into the heart of the jungle, where the trees whisper secrets and wild animals rule the land. Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. Once upon a time, in the depths of an Indian jungle, a little baby was found all alone. But don't worry, he wasn't lost for long. A kind wolf family found him and decided to raise him as one of their own. They named him Mowgli, the man cub. Mowgli grew up learning the law of the jungle. His teachers were the wise black panther, Bagheera, and the fun loving bear, Balu. Bagheera taught him how to be clever and cautious, while Balu taught him to enjoy life, sing, and relax. Remember the song Bare Necessities from the movie? That's Balu's spirit. But the jungle wasn't all fun and games. There was danger too, especially from Sher Khan, the fierce tiger who hated humans. Sher Khan believed the jungle belonged only to the animals and he wanted Mowgli gone. Through his adventures, Mowgli met many other creatures: the hypnotic snake, Kaa, the cheeky monkeys, and the brave elephants. He faced many challenges, some scary, some funny, but every step helped him grow braver and wiser. Eventually, Mowgli had to make a big decision. Would he stay in the jungle or return to live among the humans? It wasn't an easy choice, but Mowgli realized something very important: that no matter where he went, what truly mattered were the values he had learned: courage, friendship, and respect for all living things. So, what's the message from the Jungle Book? We all belong to the great jungle of the world. We may look, speak, or live differently, but kindness, courage, and understanding can help us live together in harmony. And like Mowgli, you too can be brave when life feels wild. Remember to listen, learn, and care for people and also for nature. So, next time you hear the rustle of the leaves or call of a bird, think of Mowgli, Balu, and Bagheera. And remember, the jungle has lessons for us all. Thank you, and happy Children's Day to all of you.